Okay. We'll be back in this session. The time is 9:45. That was, yeah, thank you. Hey, Mr. Jarvis, how are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. All right, Mayor, members of council, first one will be Fund 1060, which is Parks and Recreation. All the numbers are to stay the same. The only addition is for, is I asked for 20,000 for dugouts. I mean, that's a kind of a wish list item. We do look like the dirty downs with the dugouts we got currently, the metal's ripped. They're not in good shape, and we have
You have a line specific for them?
it's 1064-8060. And our idea was to buy two 20-foot shipping containers.
Wait.
Where I got
Insurance 4260 is
4806.
So I got
50 equipment.
no 7, there's no 60.
I don't have the 60.
And parts for us to
It's
handle.
like part of my, it's 480/50.
This one, page,
That's
Yeah,
equipment.
that's about it.
It's deep,
Yeah.
fun 50.
480/50.
It's 4805.
That about
okay, cap out equipment. Yes, gotcha.
20,000, etc.
Yes, now we could buy two 20-foot shipping containers that could be locked up. And we're looking at how we think some other community do it. They actually cut a window that folds down and says open to your gain. It can be locked up in the winter. Dugouts, yes.
Yeah, if we could secure them.
Something cool, because we got vagrants living in them right now. We run out every day. Pissing the corners and all kinds.
I was there yesterday, there was actually a kid sticking his head through like one of the pieces that
Trip.
you said was ripped.
So we're
And
gonna have what's existing and replace it completely?
And so, you know, I've been for this grant for 5 years, and I've not been able to secure a grant yet. But I have been applying for it, but.
I like the idea of a shipping container, just for longevity.
Something different. You talk about building a set of stairs and a crow's nest on each one of them, where they could, you know, storekeepers. Do something kind of cool that lasts.
Yeah, I want longevity wise, it'd be.
Now then, I'll look some different.
Mhm. Is it gonna breach like the other shipping container?
We're actually thinking of selling them and putting regular metal doors in them,
Oh, okay.
just because they're handy. I don't want,
Yeah.
you're asking to do it.
You guys get walking on that joint.
20 grand. Those shipping containers are about 3,000 a piece, and you figure concrete to support them and anything extra with
Benches and whatever else.
benches, metal to frame the openings, because you got.
Just so you can lock everything up under a game. Get your guys have to set it up, take it off.
Yeah, we'll set that. We'll look at this. That is my only ask change in the forest.
Everything else status quo.
Yes.
Just as a side note, I was talking to one. Little League organizers, we're talking about lights, they got some temporary lights on T-ball field. And long story short, it was very. It's on what we said was to balance. I think he was talking about you. Yeah. Maintaining the field, making it available, helping them out, doing whatever needs to be done, he said. And if it was his choice, all the games to be down here at All American Park, there's just one of them instead of, just not enough field, but. And he said, we just don't get that kind of response from the village, said it all falls in deaf ears, he said, Don's just been very accommodating to the baseball.
But I appreciate that. It's been a rough year because we got high school playing here too. And so we've had, like Saturday, there was supposed to be a little league game, and high school had a district game pop up for district tournament, so. I told them all, you're gonna get together and you're gonna work it out. We're not gonna pick one or the other, you guys, and they did, they worked it out, made it work. It's been good. I mean, it does stink because there's a lot of kids that wanna use this field, teams, and we don't have enough area for them.
Well, we lost the field and, it's getting.
I believe softball's over, right?
Softball, well, they played yesterday.
Yesterday, I think that was the last game.
Thank God they're done, but then it's like, we have girls, young girls,
Trap,
softball, and they just work on the practice because
Right.
we got 40 teams. shooting
I
the field.
I do have another question, these were on parks. Does the skate park have lights?
Yes, it's,
It does? Okay, what about the bike?
the bike path is not, we have lights on the skateboard park, the basketball court and part of the playground. There's a lot of work that needs to be done there.
Right,
but it takes a lot of money and. Like we looked at getting the lights on the baseball field replaced with LED, it's almost $200,000 to do LED. It would save us some money, but where do we come up with the initial grant? The cost. I've been for 5 years, I've been applying for dugouts, shades over the bleachers and new bleachers. We still have some that are 2x12s and stuff, you know, we've done them as we can, but a one plank for a bleacher. That would like. It's expensive, that, you know, it's something we don't have to have.
I did notice you guys painted the bathrooms.
They paint because they get graffiti
I
everywhere.
know. I know.
It's not,
I know. So this is where that
Yeah,
camera,
that's where we go back to the camera. and the
But, yeah.
That no longer works.
we paid $1,800 for that camera that sits on the front here that's never caught one person. Very frustrating.
This 20,000, does that include, shades over the?
No, the show shades are very expensive.
Yeah.
This is just the dugouts. I try to get
Okay, how much are the shades for that?
about 14,000 for each shade. You need 3 of them. So I didn't put them in. I tried to ask for just small things this year, because I know the budget, we don't need.
Once we know where we're at, if we've got it, then we can revisit for sure, but
And that's the same on salaries. I didn't change any salaries because we don't know where we're at. Mid-year, if we're doing good, he says, then I'm gonna come back for some this year. Fine, but this time I don't want to get rid.
does this include the horse museum garden? Oh,
That a whole separate,
Okay.
separate, that's a separate fund.
okay.
okay. Next department?
So I kind of jump around here just so I don't forget it. Museum, you know, that's not part of my budget. I don't even have it in my budget stuff. But for the museum,
What page are we on?
trying to fund it.
Oh,
Corey, if you could ever give me that one of these days, gives me right in that one, advantage, and I could do that budget as well. Currently, I don't
If
need
you
it.
don't have it, can we do that officially without voting on
It's just budgets. Why, I couldn't adjust anything or add or subtract, I don't have access.
okay.
We got 40 line items, 40 something.
3940?
No, that's it, for me.
40 something?
I believe it's 40 something.
Museum fund, page 33, the ordinance.
I think counts at 5.
You gotta reset.
46. 36.
Next.
And there for museum fund.
Yeah, the museum fund on 33, what's on 36?
What's on it?
It's not gonna be fun Thursday.
It's fund 36.
33.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't even know what's in that. I've never seen that fund.
Okay, so it's real easy, nothing, they're all
Yeah.
zeros.
That was easy.
So we need to put 10 grand in there for building.
There
Okay, so
is-
there's 40 in utilities.
Yep,
Camp out building, maintenance and repair.
No, just in regular building maintenance. We need to put like 10 grand, just, I know the,
Building maintenance and repair is the first line, 4401. And it's got
Mine's back here.
a negative
page
400,000.
Which one?
32.
I don't have a clue what she said.
I don't even see that. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Building and maintenance.
so
Page
maintenance and repair, building, what are you thinking here?
Well, like the air handlers, they all need filters replaced, you know, stuff like that. And we need
What
to
do you think
make
you're gonna need financially for that?
I think 10 grand would do it. That'd just give us something in there to use.
What page are we on?
How can
That'll-
you?
34 at the very top.
So we're looking at what, 10 grand?
That's what he's asking.
That's insane.
Um,
You know, sure, yeah, I want 40 grand in there, but you know, I don't know that we.
as we start moving forward, we're probably gonna need to increase it as we
Yes,
get into this, but just for,
for now, just something to hold us. If a door breaks, I can fix it, you know,
Right.
something.
right,
There's nothing, we've done a couple of things we've actually paid for out of
so,
public works budget, and we didn't have the money in there.
Are you
So-
only asking for 10?
I think that would do, I mean, we haven't done a whole lot, you know, just filters and.
do you think there's more, that, I guess that was my question. Do you think there's more that we could do if you had a little more? Would there be things that you
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you what that number would be. I mean, like, the awning needs to be replaced top to keep the water from coming down.
Right.
I know that it's like $30,000, that awning, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's stuff that we haven't messed with. We tried to use grant monies for it.
Well, there's one thing we can think about here too. We haven't got any money back from the first flood.
Right. Well, no, we did.
Then we get over a little
We
bit.
got our money back for that building being used for years. It was
Okay,
paid back.
that, but what
How
you
much was it?
expended on your overtime and stuff, you haven't seen.
They received it. It was like 86,000 they gave us.
Okay, so you've got 25 that you haven't got paid for yet.
25, they didn't use the building.
So that little bit of that money's comes back in.
Right.
I imagine it's gonna have to cover what you've already spent.
Yeah, if you Corey, that, I don't know if you remember, see that, the 80 that came back in.
Yeah.
That needs to go back into the city's emergency fund, because that's what we used.
Mhm.
So I think we should put it back there to keep building that emergency fund, that was thrown in general.
Keep it for sure.
Keep it up.
Thinking like. The part building maintenance and repair, some of the issues that we have.
There, any money y'all can put in there over that would be great. I mean, there's stuff I can fix. There's where the block meets the wall in the parking lot. It's leaking water in between.
Yeah,
We
that's
can do
what-
something, but, I just don't truly know the number there. I was trying to get something.
So,
We're paving the parking lot 2 weeks out of granite fence to the back door. So we're stopping the gutters. But we could use that money to buy those little plastic things that go on the gutters to actually get it away.
spend it away from.
Yes, stuff like that.
What number are you guys comfortable with?
I wish we knew where we were starting.
Well, that's the fears, remember last year.
I think we leave it at 10, what he's requesting now, and then go back to it and adjust
You
it
can always ask.
and adjust. If there's leftover, then we can adjust to where.
We just have high fears with, remember last year was over, we got 1,000,009 up, above.
Yeah,
But we're finding stuff like grants that we got received the money that she never put, she threw it in.
so that's gonna go back.
So that's gonna trim that number back down.
Yeah.
Ain't scary.
So I would,
So let's
I would
do
say
the
to be
10,
safe to do 10, Joey, and then if we,
Again, Joy, if we get the number solid and in the past, they'd always tell you, come back midterm and mid-year.
if we find the plot at the end of the rainbow, then.
But so while we're talking about that, the other thing I need in that fund is I need 35,000 to repair the horses.
Oh, yeah.
Those are bronze, they're going bad, we've had people look at them.
What line is that, would that be?
We can honestly put the 35 and the 10 together, just putting it,
In the building maintenance and repair.
yeah, I mean, that would, put it together.
Let's keep it separate.
Can you,
Yeah, to make it work,
I would say keep it separate.
then just, we would need to create a line item for the monument. That's what we said.
You know,
Monument maintenance repair, there's monument maintenance repair.
there is.
15.
Yeah,
down here?
No, you got materials and supplies, exhibits.
That's exhibits, that's stuff and stuff.
Okay,
That's-
yeah,
that's-
that was good for it. It's 35 or 60.
That's monument though, right?
It's 35 or 36,000.
It was 35 with the quote minus tax, so whatever tax on top of 35 is gonna be.
Yeah.
And it's a professional service and we have to pay tax.
So it needs to probably be 37.
Whatever 8% of 35,000 would be, Corey.
Percent of what? Well, we have a keeper of the calculator. Hold on.
1,600.
Joey, was it ever considered to have like art students come in from,
24.
That's 28.
like Santa Fe to do those repairs?
No, they have to,
Yeah.
it's a special,
Skill.
See, that's,
Okay.
there's more to it. than just the
Well,
building.
that's what they told me. When the people came and looked at it, they're like, oh my God, somebody's put regular paint, it's ruined the value.
37,800.
There's $6 million in the one source. We need a professional to do it.
37,800 with the tax.
7, 8.
And it
Projected.
did,
So tell us, it'll be 47.
No, we're gonna keep it separate.
Okay.
We, 473.15 is monument maintenance and repair, so it has its own line. item.
47.
It's about 3/4 of the way down.
It's the number, well, it says monument,
47315.
Yes.
yes.
they graffiti blow horse.
I heard.
And the paint starting to wipe off when they're trying to get it off.
Repair.
We've never in a town like this had the horse in graffiti or somebody graffiti or shot with paint.
No, I asked, I didn't get any feedback to see what, sorry.
So again.
I know the kids, it's like,
No, the hoods up.
yeah, I was like, hey, do you know anybody that was out with paintball guns last night?
Sometimes that's the way to find out.
Yeah, I do, so.
I don't think we've ever spent any money on boats.
But yeah, they were supposed to, according to the paperwork the city got, when they got them, they're every 5 years, they were supposed to be clear coated and maintained. It's never been done since I've been.
So what we'll do with this, paint them and
They're gonna fix the paint, redo one.
They probably have to be some sort of,
They're not gonna,
they don't take them down, they'll do that.
no.
they have to be some sort of, beat up, like sandblasted or something, right?
The goal was, to refresh them. And then she said after that, they could do it probably like 15,000. Keep it up.
So
Okay.
we need to get them on a schedule, because this is
Mhm.
before we lose them,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know?
And it's tough because it's gonna be a sole source type deal because they're the builders of it.
Right.
But I
can justify the sole source.
Yeah.
So Corey, do me a favor if you would.
Yeah.
Let's give him access to this budget.
Okay.
So, advantage.
Yeah,
We're
And so
to do that. Let's-
I can do it.
on a different note, I haven't, just Mary Lynn let me. So right now, if you'll see the monument, it's not green. I know it looks like crud. We have about a 7 gallon a minute leak somewhere in that monument that hasn't surfaced, so I've got the water turned off.
What is a monument?
Where the horses.
Where the horses are.
Oh, the entire hill?
There's a main line that runs the whole entire facility and it's leaking 7 gallons a minute. Come out of the ground, so we don't know where it's
Where
at.
it's going, and nobody's doing anything.
So you're waiting for the green patch?
Waiting for the green patch to try to show up. If not, we'd have to dig it up.
Unless it's going down.
And they might, but I don't wanna dig the walkways. You know, there's electrical in the whole, I don't wanna
Yeah,
have
it'll be a nice and happy sure.
Well, I complained about that leak if I was to.
I don't wanna dig this.
I know where one's at.
Okay, that's all I got on the one.
So we keep 40,000 on utilities.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a forever, never amen expense. We're never gonna get rid of.
Yeah.
Next.
1071 streets.
Page.
No, not page 10.
Yeah. then,
I'm gonna actually line up.
Big at the bottom.
Yeah, 70, page 10 at the bottom.
Looking on both back and front. That's what you get, we got, oh, got it. Yep. Starts at the very bottom. Yep.
All right, sir.
Okay, so 1071, I did increase material supplies by $1,000. We were getting 34, increased to 35 just because cost of everything going up.
What's your account number for that, Mike?
1071 46010,
46.
You would have 10,000.
just went up 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
So you wanna go to 35?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so the big one here is, and this is council's decision.
Yeah.
I need 285,000 if y'all wanna give a grapple, if y'all wanna have a grapple truck.
For vehicle.
I haven't got 100% that we're losing it yet, but it expires in June. I've sent 2 letters and I've made phone calls. They've not returned my calls or emails.
Who's that?
The state DFA that awarded us the one 2 years ago that we can't get because of our audience.
Okay, do we need to write letters and?
We've already, mayor's already wrote a letter, we've sent
Okay,
it.
And no,
Harlan Vince has been fighting for us, but
okay.
the problem is capital outlays wrote as, I guess like it's an ordinance, it's a we review. So there's law, they're written as a law, and it says specifically, unless the audits return, then
there's no wiggle room.
that's what it's.
Yeah.
And the overlap is if they were done in June, it's too late.
It's too late, it has to be bought, paid for, and a check has to clear the bank for it. So that's something to think about, and so that's, you know, that the truck's 285, and then I've talked to Crystal. And she says it usually costs her 16,000 to get rid of the brush. Is what she has to pay.
So in lieu of all of the other things that are going on now, could that go to the biofuel plants
If it
or?
ever gets, yes, I've already talked to Jason, we could dump for free if it gets on.
So that would be,
But if not, we're looking at 20,000 a year to get rid of brush. Which really, I think what we ought to do is we ought to do like the village or something. We ought to increase everybody's water bill by $5 a month and that would cover that fee. And then whatever they put out, we'll keep it picked up.
Can we justify water? A water bill for,
Well, then you're increasing water, it's an enterprise fund, so you couldn't. But you could, on your water bill, just add a service fee of $5
Yeah.
for brush pickup. So you're still only paying one bill, but it would increase your bill.
$5 something.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll have more pickups than just.
My guys would pick up every week.
Oh.
How my schedule's worked out, I got 2 CDL drivers. Monday to Friday, they could go out and spend half a day and keep the town clean. You know,
I said, once you get ahead of it, I think it would.
yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal.
I think that
What
would,
would be your specifications on the pickup though?
It's not a pickup, it's a full-size semi. It's
I'm not
not,
talking about, but it's all about.
what would you be picking
What
up?
would you,
Trash?
it has to be like green waste. You'd have
Some of
to.
the same basic goals that are in place now, right?
We don't wanna pick up
Size limits.
10 foot because it bends the arms, it'd be the same rules, but I bet we could be a little more lenient.
what if the Walmart bag goes in?
I think we get out, pick the Walmart bag up, move on.
Yeah,
Your guys will do that.
I don't, we're not gonna pick up everybody's trash down the road.
yeah, if it's a
They can
refrigerator.
identify Walmart.
If y'all would let me get rid of Walmart, I think we could save a lot of trash. You know, Anyway,
Something just has under vehicle, cap out vehicle,
yes.
Mhm.
So that's just something we need to think about. I threw it on here so we can discuss it. But if we lose it, if y'all want to clean up town, then we're gonna have to. And I don't mind, like honestly, if it's a refrigerator, or something that I can find a way to get rid of,
Did you say 285?
285.
where does Red Osa take their,
Brush,
brush and stuff? like that?
everything's going to UW's.
Well, I seen one of their trucks turning in down there at Tanner's.
That's part of that biofuel, and I wanna wait, that's gonna be a problem, cause then they're gonna have to pay to haul all that brush from there back out there. So who's gonna haul all that brush and who's gonna pay for that?
So at this point, there's a whole lot of moving pieces that are starting to come together, but not quite in sync yet.
What's the legality of what you gotta do with it? Where does it go?
Some of it is that, some of it's just space. They had initially been hauling out to the biofuel site. That became an issue for the county or for the airport or for somebody.
Became an issue because it was a fire, where's it gonna burn? You know, well, let's move it into town where people live instead.
Well,
Yeah, put it in the down.
Tanner's had the permits in place and so subcontracted, I think, or good old boys, I don't know. But the overflow is going there. I think they're gonna chip it and then move it. Is that,
That's the talk, the last I heard, yes.
and so then, once the biofuel is up and running, they'll chip this stuff and run it out to the, you know.
But who's gonna afford that cost? That's what scares me is, I don't wanna dump there and then be told later, oh, we don't have to pay.
Yeah, the
So
fee
once
is
it's-
for that,
once it's-
yeah.
I would rather just pay and you're getting it, not worry about
WA, so that's, what are they charging?
$12 a cubic yard. They're actually giving me a pretty good price. They're cheaper than Green Tree, little Green Tree. It's pretty sad,
Mhm.
but it is what it is. And UWF, I need to talk to them again, because the last time we talked to them, they told me if I brought brush in that had trash in it, they didn't care, I could dump it in the trash bin. But somebody recently told me they're getting more strict about it, so I don't know.
So if it's gonna go into the incinerator, it needs to be clean. I don't know if they have a separate pile for the trash stuff.
He told us before, just dump it where they dump the normal trash bin, landfill, it didn't matter, it's the same cost to them, but.
Yeah.
That could have changed in the last year or so.
Okay, what else, sir?
That is in the streets.
Eyes can suck.
It's,
I think we do get usually.
I couldn't tell you, probably 15 yards. Same size pickup truck. Not as big as the New England trucks you see, but as big as the villages.
Is she big as the village?
Yeah, and the village already called me asking if we had ours, because they'd possibly lease or pay us to come help
That was my question. No, we got our head, no.
them. We won't.
I think that.
They're, you know, they was.
Okay.
What was your?
Councilman Taylor has a comment and I'd like to hear.
Joey just answered it, if there's any way to, offset the cost of leasing the truck.
But then again, do we really want to do leasing, because then they destroy it or?
Well, I assume with our trucks.
Right, and then, yeah, that's a tough one with the village, because we help them so much. They help us per se, so it's just kind of help each other. We haul snow for them this winter, and we don't charge them for that. But if we have an issue like with the racetrack with the flooding, their guys actually came down and manned the pumps at night, where my guys did it during the day to save overtime, so. work together. Here we go. Okay, B 1072 will be next.
Which is garage.
Yes.
Mhm.
Everything will be the same except for the cap out. I'm requesting 15,000. I was gonna split this between all city departments. But then trying to get everybody to split it wasn't working out for everyone. It's be cap out, computer equipment
Okay,
to be for a printer / cutter.
all the vinyl stuff we're talking.
That way the city can make their own graphics. We can print, cut vinyl, we can make the decals for cop cars, fire trucks, Easter deals, just do it ourselves.
This request,
50.
15?
Yes.
Okay. To add to the 3,000, making it 18,
No, just the 15.
a total of 15, add as well.
Still on the. You gotta keep the next page.
And that was the only request, to be honest.
Right. Well, you had to go through.
You have room to put that in there.
Have a whole second story, we can do something.
Is that what you?
It's storage right now, but we could actually put taste.
Do you need to hire any person?
The secretary can do it, Jeanette knows how to do
It's
it.
pretty easy.
Jeanette probably
Just-
can.
Maria can come help us.
Yeah.
I
Is
don't
it
play.
it's just a cricket or
No, we haven't bring it already, no, it's actual.
the big ones?
It will print your stuff, color, do it all right.
Like the glove orange type. Okay.
Do it right.
Computer.
Right.
Well, that can't be stable
Okay.
or
Where do you need to?
would it be UV?
If we order the vinyl for it.
That's
That's
it,
the right. We got like for heat and then we have to order the reflective UV,
Mhm.
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's my concern is some of the stuff that we got right before I left, some of it apparently wasn't and it's faded out fast and yeah.
It all depends on the quality of the vinyl.
Okay.
Is this
You're able to
for,
do higher quality vinyl is what I was
is
asking.
that for supplies, or just the print?
That's just the printer.
Just the
That's the printer and the cutter. So, well, you know, people have money in their, they have money in their budget and material supplies, yeah.
Yeah, you're still gonna have to pay somebody to do the work and might as well get us.
Yeah, as long as, I mean,
It's still bad,
at that point, we would just be buying materials.
but we print out, or like with, when Judy was here, we'd do the Easter egg and all. We're out there with markers trying to mark over banners. I mean, that's just, that looks bad. It doesn't look good. We don't need to be able to make our own.
Sure. Well, actually,
The next fund will be Stewart, which is 5340, and there's no change at all.
15,000.
no change at all.
Page 46?
Like page 46.
45, 46.
Didn't you say you needed a lift pump?
It's been in my budget every year for 5 years. It's all there still.
What page on it?
Sewer 45? Yeah, 45.
So sewer, there's no increase now. There was maybe a time that I come back to y'all during regular year. The sewer line at Joe Welch has washed away 3 times. FEMA wants to give us $10,000 to put it back every time. Which is pointless. The sewer line's literally in the middle of the river. So I've already had it designed. It's an estimated of about 2 to 250,000 to get it out of the river. But I don't want to ask for that money from y'all yet because I have the Colonius grant that will cover it if we end up getting Colonius. That's another one that mayor wrote a letter, I wrote a letter, we're begging and pleading to still give us it, and we haven't heard back. And if not, I'm still gonna push FEMA to try to get more money out of it before we spend our own money. But it does have to come out.
There's a sewer line in the river.
It's literally like where the river is.
If you walk down there, you can see it.
It's 10 foot above the water, 8 foot above the water, and then the bridge is here, so every time something goes through the bridge.
Yeah.
It blows the sewer line out, and we have to sit there and weld it back together in the middle of the night.
Just a quick answer to what Joey's doing with that. It took Red Oaks almost 2 weeks to get theirs brought back up on the river, washed it out. Joey's crew had it done in 4 hours. So
We get on it and get it done.
Got a better weld it.
Is there a bypass system? How do you?
No, because it's all the sewer that comes from Heights, Racetrack, part of Wood Lane. All of it comes to that spot where it crosses. So when it breaks, we start shutting water off to prevent more sewer. And my guys get it with the boots on up to their waist in the sewage and start cutting pipes, putting it back together.
And then the net goes all down in the river.
Yeah,
Oh, we should-
ours is in there for 4 hours or less. There's spots that. The village still has stuff going down, yeah, we haven't done yet. Just, you can only get to what you can.
So if you get what you say,
That will be all sewer.
One minute, Chip.
5540, which is water. Four line items are all still the exact same. The capital request for water. The first one will be a replacement truck. We have one vehicle we need to. We went on this thing where we're going 20 years at a time. We gotta get a little better than that. This truck is
What time are you talking about?
11 years. It's fun.
Equipment?
5540, 4805. Cap out.
That's on vehicles or vehicles?
About vehicles?
Okay. Sorry, can you restate that? Because I think we were all looking for.
So it's one, replacing one vehicle and moving that vehicle, down the line to the other guys.
So this is 4820 is the number for cap out vehicles.
Well, I got it in the wrong one that I put in their equipment.
Yeah.
Let's put it in the wrong number.
Do you wanna move it?
Doesn't really matter, let's not manage to find these people.
What is the amount?
40 now.
So.
What are you buying? A new truck?
No, it's not.
That's 320.
I'm gonna change up some things, the guys, and like this,
Yeah.
do for my assistant. I'm gonna push this truck down the street, guys.
Shuffle them down.
I'm gonna buy a Ford Ranger. To save
Well,
fuel.
that's what I was
Yes.
saying
I'm
earlier.
gonna
today.
buy cheaper.
Well, don't buy the one he's.
I saw,
No, not for everybody.
I saw an advertisement for 150K for a Ranger.
Yeah, this is ours for a decent,
It's
Ford.
base model or something?
yeah.
Okay.
And so for the new counselors and whatnot, this is enterprise fund, this is not general fund, so this is like a business. So that's why certain people get upset, cause I get stuff out of this fund, well, it's the business and money is there to pay for.
You're right.
It's not like I'm robbing another department,
It's
so.
like you're running the business.
So we have the funds to cover that, if we have the funds, then let's see what I'm gonna do. And the second request is 4200, it's for a concrete saw. We're getting into doing a lot of manholes where we're having to plunge cut like 8-inch pipes in the manholes. And they don't make nothing that's real easy, like right now, we're using a cutoff saw, which can cut 4 inches. And then we have to take a jackhammer and chisel out the next 4 to 8 inches. This saw actually is an 18-inch blade. And you can plunge cut 18 inches through concrete.
Looks like a chainsaw.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What line would that be in?
It's under the
Equipment?
materials, tools, 48060,
What is the amount?
4200.
Yeah.
Now, then,
4200.
Now, there's blades or little teeth or the whatever it is that's using it.
They're diamond, they're about $1,000 if you replace them. I have money in materials supply.
So you're good there, you don't need it.
How often would those be replaced?
I don't know, I talked to one place, and they said they last 3 or 4 cuts, and one of them said they might only last one, it depends if you get the rebar. But when you can do this in 2 hours versus 12 hours of jackhammers, it's well worth it. It's kind of a trial thing, we've never used one, actually, I think I'll make them come demo one before we do it, but.
can you run water?
Yeah, because they'll break one before you break one, right? Or demo?
Like we're using a Corvette 3860, there's $2,000 a piece and we go from 2 to 3 in a year, so.
Well, it's guys like me look to the cattle. Gosh, I'd like to love that.
That would be
Where's
cool.
Nick? They ain't taking. Man, I won't be doing this.
Yes,
Yeah.
Can't justify buying it?
yeah.
Oh, would you think that the blades would be going up in the future than if you bought blades, 2 or 3 blades now?
I don't know, because the whole saw, the Corvettes, they've actually come down in the diamond blades.
Really?
You should have watched what you buy, like we bought. One of the guys ordered new ones and he found them on Amazon, and man, they're a great deal, look at the climates. $80 a piece, they didn't make one cut.
Say, don't order from Timu.
Where the one we bought for 500 and made 50 minutes,
Yeah, so,
yeah, the reviews were good, but they were.
yeah.
So we're gonna test it out and get, you have to do a demo and.
One answer,
Next one will be Fund 56, which is our water sewer infrastructure. And everything is exact, so no changes.
Okay.
So 48 and everything.
Which really is just like my water rights money, there's always 100,000 there in case we find something by,
Oh,
Mine's on 49.
You got how much in your water rights?
100,000. I'd always like to increase that, but it's infrastructure, so we can always, if we find something, we'll go budget and.
Can we date?
You have to do beneficial use.
It's been very.
That's what Kent has the problem right now is they got a lot of water rights and they were selling that water to the wind farms. Which was good because they were producing beneficial use.
Yeah, and they were getting.
When they potentially use it, if you don't show that you can. use it,
Take them.
they'll take it. But there's other issues why they got to different.
And are we short? Could we use some more water rights?
We need more water rights. Our problem we're running into is previous administration, so. The city has 534 acre feet roughly. An acre foot's, roughly a million, 800,000, whatever it is. Anyways, the 534 was dedicated to the spring. We only have 80 acre feet at Riverside Well, which have secondary supply. So back in the day, Cletus and them went to and tried to get them called supplemental, which means you could use spring rights. If the spring weren't dry, you could pump it for a reason. They spent a lot of money, a couple 100,000, and they ended up in a settlement. And the settlement said, yes, you can move them, but you can only produce the same amount that the spring was putting out at the time.
Well.
354 gallons a minute. I have enough water rights, I can pump 700 gallons a minute, but they're limiting me where I can only pump 354. So I need to buy some more rights that are unlimited, so I can keep shoving them.
Put them on that, well.
And so that's where I get with development. Guys, we all know we need housing, but we don't wanna promote these big apartment complexes anymore, no more RV parks, no more. Because they use the water, and they're not getting nothing in return, they're getting a water bill. Whereas businesses and industry, we get GRT off the top of it. Where these RV parks, they kill us because I'm limited in what I can produce. And we're only making water bill, but we don't make much profit on water. So that makes you at a kind of catch-22, you want the housing for the employees, but
Well, then you hit a wall on how
yeah, I
much.
can't sell no more.
Yeah.
It was actually
Just
just
can't
Florida a while
bump
back,
it.
I just found out about another RV park that was approved many years ago that's going in. I don't want no more RV park.
where's where?
Behind Conley's, there's an old single wide trailer park and they're building multiple spots down
They're in a
there.
well, and they don't water rights.
No, they're not. They're tied on to our city water, the guy's plumbing it right now. If they are on our rights, and see this, Jeanette wasn't involved in this, so
You don't like
to-
blame her?
it's not her fault at all.
No, but everybody likes to.
We have to do like Cletus did back when he was here. Fine, build that on. If you own water rights, you're gonna give us your water rights. Nobody did that back then, so they still have their water rights, which they won't sell me, they won't give them to me, I already took them.
So are we required to let?
Is this where the house is?
Because of their secrets.
Even though they're on.
Lucy Perez's place.
Yeah,
Planning and zoning.
I was wondering, cause I saw stuff happening back there.
Yeah,
Planning and zoning,
tying on us for water, because they won't issue water. Wow.
they, when it come up last year, they were floodplain, they replatted it for all the trailer floodplain, pretty cool.
yeah, so they're shoving them all.
Well, it's fewer trailers. But they approved, but planning and zoning could tell us no.
Right. So that's stuff we need to, that's what ordinances, I'm gonna have something there, that if it's any new development that has water rights, they must turn them.
Can we do a resolution before the ordinance? Can we do something quick?
So I don't know on that side, I'm guessing Selena would be.
I'm sure we could get something at least looked at.
Because the problem is the rights, like the school property, there's 20 acre feet. We tried to buy them, 4 or 5 years ago. And they go for about 30,000 an acre foot. We had the money, we met with the school. And it was determined that this is gonna cost $1 million to get those rights bought. That would happen.
It's like,
Right, because they have more rights than we do.
right.
So we went to the schools and said, hey, we're willing to do this, we'll get in this fight. You meet us in the middle on attorney fees. The school said they ain't got the money, they won't do it. So we couldn't afford to do $1 million attorney fees and buy it. You know. So it stinks because the cities have more rights than anybody. And the people, in my opinion, don't truly understand. I fought with Stancil Ranch for years. I'm friends with them. I want to buy the water rights out of the river and put them in my wells. So that means there's more water in the river because you're not irrigating. There's more water for you people that need it. But they still are under the impression that we suck the ground dry, which empties the river in the ground, which is not true. Riverside well is cased over 700 feet below the river. There's no influence of river water. It's been tested, you know. But they still believe that. So it's a hard fight.
And they don't mind fighting it.
No, and they want to fight. And they got Diamond A, which is Warrior Sugarman. That's all he does is sue for water rights and for the wastewater plant. That's what they do. So no matter what, if it's 5 acre feet, we're gonna spend a couple $100,000 in Warrior fees.
And that was my question. The next question is gonna be, do we have anything set aside for the fight?
And we don't. And it's not a man fight. You get an attorney that's specific in water rights.
Fair.
Yes,
So I worked with Joey years back and stuff. He's come a long ways. They made him stop here the last couple of years. I know no one wants to hear tax increase, but you hear what percentage you look at. I think it was 1/16 of a percent
1% down.
of 1/16%.
$1.60 on 100.
It's not even that. It's less than that.
But you take that and it goes back into the emergency fund.
Well, we could set it for infrastructure, which covers all of this. It covers the heath, it covers the PD, it's.
So you figure what we bring in on the GRT. I don't care what we do, you're gonna have people complain about it. 1/16 is
Nothing.
really, when you think about it, over a whole picture, sure it does, it helps. They just keep building that and building that and building that in their infrastructure. Next thing you know, we've got $1 million, $1.5 million, somewhere in that neighborhood, then we just go through it and do whatever we need to do. Buy out a green tree, go do this, go do that.
We're gonna have to, and there's,
It's a couple of years, to build it up, but in a year, we'd be looking at what, about 350?
it's quite a bit. And there's two different,
16.
there's some different ones. So you'd have to get with, like, we talked to that Boston group. And they actually told us that name. I don't remember the numbers. But one of those doesn't take nothing but council approval when it's done.
Right.
The other ones we have to put out for the vote when we do it. But that's where we need to push. I mean, even the 1/8 of 1, it's 1/8 of 1%. It's 1/16 of 1%. It's nothing on $100.
And we're still lower than the village.
Right, we're still way lower than the village, but it would bring in more money to upgrade. Where we're sitting right now, I can get road grants all day long. I can't get the infrastructure grants because of our audits. So we're gonna be like the village, we're gonna be paving over old water lines because I can't get the money to fix the water lines.
And if you want to piss somebody off, one of two ways, don't pave their street, or pave it and then cut holes.
Yeah, exactly. It stinks to have to be that way, but
That's
what do, you know? And we're
the gate after the cow's out.
we're really debt heavy on our grants because we've done so many since 2012. That there is loan payments quite a bit every year.
What is blocks on that to where, the percentage, we ask for a certain percentage. When do we have to put it before the public? Is it a quarter?
It depends on how they're allocated, so. That's how they're written in the law. Some of them say, yes, it would be a quarter, it's at a quarter. But it would, you'd have to get into it there. I'm really, Counselor, I don't know the exact information.
Okay.
I know that those people that met with Dean and Mayor and Selena are like, hey, y'all got one you could impose now and the other two could go to council. And it's the same with that one we tried to get done this year that I didn't know about until it was already in the process, the quality of life. Golly, we need that. That would give us a museum and parks.
It didn't fly.
Because nobody talked about it. None of us even.
Well,
I don't know about it.
16 votes.
It was pretty close, but yeah, you're right. Nobody talked about it. Nobody knew about it. And then I think the community was, sidetracked. They were, they're like, where did this come from, When nobody presented it and then you go to vote and you're like, why do they want, nobody ever did the
A
legwork.
year beforehand, we need a top tier.
Yeah, nobody did the legwork.
That would help, no,
Also too is people upset out there when we have meetings and talk about stuff like this too. So,
Well, unfortunately, most of the ones that do, as soon as you say tax, they say no.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
there's our neighbor king of mind.
Right, but I think that's
They want it
the
free.
responsibility then falls on us to present it properly and not as an attack. Because we're,
Education.
yeah, it's an education, and I think that's the difference, the way you talk to people makes a big difference.
So I think we need to get.
So I think that's something we need to work towards. I don't know, a couple hundred other things. So we definitely need to work towards
Have
selling.
some meeting to discuss it.
We wanna get better and upgrade and have nice things, we're gonna, that's the only way to get the money is that and GRTs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we discussed, other avenues is. We do need, and people don't wanna talk about it, the GRTs, we need to increase GRTs. I mean, realistically, yes, it affects us all, but 7.8475 versus 8% is nothing, it's still $8 on the bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But that 0.5% we could do affects every person from your village and everywhere else that comes here. Let's get their money. Let's not raise property taxes that just affect the citizens.
Right,
Let's go on the GRT.
everybody that comes through,
Yes,
And I agree, we are a town that survives on our tourists. We're a tourism town, why not let them help us?
yes.
because we go across the line and we're still paying our GRPs.
Yeah. So that things we need to, I think we actually need a group to work on taxes.
Joey, do you know that, you said there's one that the council can approve?
I don't know which one it is. We can ask somebody. I don't know if she would remember right now either. She's not as well.
We can get back to it and.
It was a discussion and yeah, it was a small one, but it would be something. I know like my streets one is it's ridiculous. I think it's the gas tax. It brings like 28 grand a year. What am I gonna do with 20? I mean, it's better than nothing. But 28 grand ain't gonna pay from here to something. That's one of those ones that we need to increase somewhere.
When the first vote concrete.
I was hoping they'd be here at 5 this morning. I drove by there at 5:30 when I came to work. There's nobody there yet. Where Tractor Supply was pouring, had 5 trucks lined up at 5:30 last week or 2 weeks ago.
You should have just come down the road and said, hey, you're at the wrong address, go.
Yeah, and this one, yeah. So that's all I have for you.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
See, it's still early.
Right.
Usually I like 7, 8 items in that.
Well, I appreciate you doing it and we'll come back and look at it, see what we can do when we know what we're doing.
You know your page number?
We don't have a page number.
Should have been the whole year.
Oh, page 10 then? 1065.
Yeah.
So page 10, huh?
Thanks, Ted.
Oh, they want to ask for more money than Joey asked.
She wants to drive a grapple truck.
She knows how, so get on the roller.
I quit my job.
Lift station, is that the one that's on the racetrack?
No, it's for the one we have in Heights, they're old Meyer systems, they're junk.
Okay,
They're obsolete, you can't even buy parts, so we're building parts.
not you.
You know,
We got 2 over there, don't we? High and low, yes, sir. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Joy.
What?
Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
good morning, guys.
Very good.
Are you done yet?
Actually, yeah, basically.
Perfect.
Okay.
Alright, members, mayor, members of council, so, my budget's not as big as anyone else's. My budget's the smallest one. So basically, I wanna keep everything the same, and, one thing I do wanna ask is for, I don't want a new car, but I would like my old planning and zoning car back.
For what, right?
Because I think it was back in 2022 or 21. It was taken away from planning and zoning and given it to code enforcement.
I think it was right after I left.
Yes, they took it away and gave it to code enforcement.
Because
Unfortunately, I would.
no, I wasn't working for planning and zoning at the time. They thought that planning and zoning didn't need it because they were not supposed to be outdoor driving.
But you don't have to make inspections.
Yes, and so this whole time before the current administration, I didn't feel comfortable going out and driving because they thought there should be a need to be out and driving and looking at properties.
That's what, I think that's part of your job is to get out.
Yeah.
That it.
Yes, because there's some things that code enforcement might not catch that I can catch.
Mayor, just like speak to help her, I'm sorry. They did take her vehicle away. She can't do her job without a vehicle. I think she needs another vehicle. I don't, the dog catcher truck ain't gonna work if we welded cages and
Really?
all kinds of crap in there. But our town looks worse today than it did 2 years ago.
Agreed.
We need an extra where she can go see things. We try to call her and let her know when we see things, but she needs to be able to go out and do her job and look at things and tell code enforcement what's going on.
And I wouldn't mind a hand me down from the police department, or anything. I don't want a new one.
Got, what do we have left as far as like the Explorer
That's
stuff?
silver, that's silver.
Your old vehicle
And
is,
silver, how many of the other,
and they're using it to go to Santa Fe with
There you
evidence.
go.
So I did speak to Sam and he said he wanted that one for evidence, but you said maybe if another vehicle or if we'll try to talk to someone
I know
who
we
he
get
knows.
one to the courts.
Correct. The blue one.
So,
I don't know if there's anything left. Maybe one of the pickups when cause they're buying all these Tahoes.
And I wouldn't drive it a lot.
How often do they go up to Santa Fe with evidence?
depends on,
When they
there's
see
two
them.
trips, they'll, take evidence either to Southern Lab, which is in Las Cruces, or depending on what the evidence is, some of it has to go there, some of it has to go to San.
Obviously, it's not every day.
No, it's not.
Can it be a shared vehicle?
That makes it tough, cause then you, just cause I deal with it all the time, then the employees put their stuff in there, they have all their stuff and it gets mixed up, and they tried that with Jim and then Massey, and it turned into a war.
I like to have some dedicated to them.
Yeah.
It's there.
I think she needs a vehicle one way or the other, whether it's a little small SUV or whatever, she needs.
Well, there's a blue Explorer right across.
I'll take it.
How do you feel about it?
Then you don't, she'll take it to the Lord.
Give her the Dodge truck.
Yeah, that's what I was
We
thinking.
could put more money into it.
I don't know what it would take to email it. Well, I'm saying right now,
What does that mean? To take the cages out?
well, take all the equipment to, more importantly, the lettering and the things that identify it to the public as a police vehicle.
Oh.
I don't want them to be put in danger because they think it's a cop.
That's
I was talking to Sam and he said that if he can't give me one of his old vehicles, he'll try to get one from the places that he knows, the police departments. That might could just get rid of.
So I bet for 30 grand, I can get a really nice vehicle for her. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
For $1,000, I'll give you a Lexus.
That will be around the taxes.
I think mine.
I wouldn't do that.
So
When I
why
worked with him.
don't we do this? Let's look at finding something for you.
With in-house,
Yes,
You're thinking 30K will get it done?
I can buy a new one for probably 30K and all-wheel drive, like small.
So if we were to put 30 in and we could find something in-house as opposed. Just so if we can't find something, we've got an option for you.
She doesn't.
What do you guys think?
I agree.
If we need it, then it's there. If we don't, then we could.
So there's times that she has to be at the FEMA meetings with me and stuff, and we
No, I know.
stop by, pick her up, or
Yeah, she goes to meetings for me and, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my part of the other
Yes.
parts to use.
Just have the one. Tahoe
We're $7,100.
is,
Yeah.
That's a shared, yeah, shared.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have another general use vehicle and just dedicate it to her.
And I don't mind sharing it if anyone would have bought it at any time.
So I'll get with you and Sam and we'll go look at the fleet, see what there is, if there is anything. And then kind of plan from there. So 30 in outlay vehicle.
you won't look at my fleet, it's pretty worn out by.
No.
Whatever you
It's like,
want.
don't look at my stuff.
I got 2 transit vans, y'all can have them.
No. Good, thanks.
Hey, do you really have?
I got them,
Yeah.
junk, but yeah, I got them.
I don't know if I'd be right one of those fans. I don't know.
What about passengers?
While you're at it, pick them up from the.
Shove them off.
Good eye, though.
Yeah, well.
And again, no promises. We gotta figure out. what-
Yes, no, of course, and I know that, so that's why I don't mind having any car, like even that old Crown Vic, I used to drive that thing all the time, so.
Isn't the roof rusted through on that thing?
No, well, no, it's clear coat.
It's
The
really.
mayor had it painted before, the clear coat's filling off, it's only got like 50,000.
Yeah.
It's wonderful,
Oh,
it's just old and,
ugly.
yeah, it's like 2001,
Long.
You know what, I put 1,000,000 miles on one just like that.
it runs good, you know. it's just-
I know that's what Maria
Yeah,
drives.
our secretary drives it.
Take it away from her.
Is there anything else?
Where does she go? Where does Maria go?
She has to come up here, check the well every day, she has to take the post offices.
You got anything else now?
Let's see, so I don't know if I have to add like into the vehicle fuel, since I never had a car before.
Yeah, let's see if you've got anything set.
And,
Big zero.
or vehicle maintenance,
Mhm.
depending if I get I was hoping to get a hand-me-down, so I didn't wanna ask for a new car. So I wanted to add some money to the vehicle.
Those bucks and maintenance.
Yeah, and fuel, you're not gonna drive a lot,
So,
4 or 5.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be much.
You guys good with, say, 5 grand in fuel?
Yeah.
and everything else should be the same. Oh, here, hold on, let me see the postage. Show you. Oh, no, it should be the same stuff. I do use a lot of money for postage, so. But that's it.
And how about, you put a lot of stuff in the paper too, though.
I do use a lot of paper because we do have to print, I can go paperless. We do
No,
have
she's
people
saying
go-
in the newspaper advertising.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do put out a lot of notices, so that should be under dues and advertising, yes.
And that's enough.
Yes, that should, I hope it's enough, if not, we'll come back.
What is a refund paid to the request?
Whenever we're conditioned to the variances that they were denied, we need to refund those money back to them. Yeah,
But they put it up front.
and they pay, and then it doesn't go to my budget, so that's why I need a budget item
She has the line,
So,
so that it sits there in the case that she does have to refund it. There's somewhere to pull it out.
Because none of the departments or anything goes back to my, it goes to the general fund. So whenever I did have to refund, political signs or refund for variances and conditional uses, it comes out of my budget, so I need a line item first.
You definitely need to get that.
Yeah. And, that should be it, other than the training should be the same, I'm working on, currently on to get certified as a planner. To get certified as economic developer and to get certified as a zoning official, so. So I do want the same amount of money there.
And you need a line item for what? What was it?
Oh, the other one, the refund, yeah, no, I do have a line item for the refunds,
Yeah.
for the economic development.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we couldn't find, so last year we did get, a budget of 5,000, and this year we couldn't find it. Which we haven't been spending a lot of money for the small stuff I do buy in my own budget. And so we couldn't find it where Mary put it.
She put it in your plan and zoning, it's coming out of. I forgot what I sent you, now. Materials and supplies.
Yeah, so well, the material supplies was not 5,000, what is it, 5,000 last year, yeah?
It was 4,500.
Yes, so that's just for my material supply.
Yeah, I know, but that's where she was taking that, when you sent in the PO for the economic development, that's where she took it out of that line item.
Currently, we have the same issue with the beautification.
And we didn't buy
But
much,
that line item does exist, but it's under Joey's.
oh, yeah, yeah, Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So I would like, we didn't really spend that much for economic development, so we were okay. But I was just trying to find where it was, because they wanted to buy t-shirts and put a little event together, so that's where we wanted to use that money, I mean, not for my.
And what did they put? They put 5,000.
That's what last year we asked, and that's what we got last year. But
Where did you get?
I don't know where it's at.
so
No,
we didn't even get it at all, I think, because we didn't find it.
Yeah, I found what
Who
she
was it
did.
ordered from the? Logistics? Or
No,
was that just, oh,
for the budget, I asked
Oh,
for the big
okay.
budget for last year, I asked for 5,000 for economic development.
okay.
So she got approved for 5,000, but Mary never made a line item, and so she took it out of her
Just taking it out.
Materials, thank you, and supplies.
But never put it in, because it's not at 5,000.
No,
No.
she never put it in. That's what,
So it's in general fund somewhere.
it's in general fund somewhere. that she-
And we never touched it because we never
You never know where to
know.
grab from.
Yes.
So how can you fix that one?
If you go down here, let's find vehicle maintenance and repair we added, fuel cost, uniforms, she doesn't use. So I can change uniforms to economic development and I can put the 5,000 in here.
I have a question. Would it be better to separate the committees?
Like a new
Lines.
completely new one.
I can do that as well. if you
Would that
want
be
to do that.
better, just to have beautification
Yeah.
and lodger's tax? Well, lodger's tax has their own.
Life tax,
Right.
Would that be cleaner? It'd be easier to track, I think.
I can sure do that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
I can set, it'll be, got what we capped out on the 10 cents, but
The same thing with beautification, what is it,
It's in the parking lot.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
cap out on the line items, just general information. At 1073, so I could do 1074. And then do the economic development, could do the
beautification.
beautification could go in there as well. And then it'd be its own separate line item. Do we have any other committees that?
Planning and zoning commission doesn't have a.
Yep, they don't have a budget.
So,
Do they do training at all?
so now that we have a new finance director, last year I asked, Mary, what was the top per diem for volunteers? And if it was different than ours, and she said that it was that very minimal, like not enough for them to go out and train.
So I'm
Okay,
sure
so
there's
maybe-
a rule, but
There's
we'll have to figure out what it is.
We have an ordinance that limits it to like 1,500.
Is that what-
Per volunteer,
Yeah.
For volunteers?
For events or for a year?
for a year.
That
If
still
you
would,
want to,
that-
for an employee, it's different.
that would still allow for them to get properly trained, and I think planning and zoning commission of all the committees should have.
So even our code enforcement people are trained. There's a training annual in October. I told our DC about it and nobody went.
It's every 6 months,
Every
we're gonna
6
have
months.
one in May. and I'm
Yes.
gonna go to them.
The one that would.
We're zoning officials, called zoning
Oh,
officials.
Yeah, that's
We're
what.
talking about code,
Yeah, but
is that
the same code is
Yeah.
up there.
okay.
And they meet every 6 months and it's always in May and.
But as far as volunteers go, even if we have like remote. I mean, that's like, right?
We have these classes offered through Zoom,
That's it.
That's what she's talking about, remote training,
remote.
okay, Zoom or.
The municipal league does
I'm sure
they
they
do a
do.
planning and zoning commission
Uh-huh.
remotely
That's
and it's free to
Okay.
do that.
And they just have one.
And,
They just have-
and they did say that as long as, however long and often we want it, we can request them through them.
How many of our board members have taken that, do you know?
So Lamont took it and Celeste has taken it. Oh, and Kay took it. So Kay is in the planning zoning commission now.
Okay, so they have it,
Yeah.
okay.
So Sam, he was just approved, it would be nice for him and John Banks to take it. So
Okay.
take it.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
How many of them don't?
But I don't have a planning and zoning commission training line item budget, but if you guys want to give me one, I can't.
So that would go in that special category.
Work that.
That's the economic development.
Is that possible for Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, so you want not just economic development, but you want
Yes, if you're willing. to give me
training for economic development?
I mean, we can look at it. I think if
Last budget, I think, economic development, the council board will give you $5,000.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about, when we couldn't find it where it was, or we never use it.
but it would be for a line for planning and zoning, right?
Building a whole other division.
Yeah, that's what sounds.
Well,
That'd be category.
that's what I'm trying to ask. What was it that you were wanting for planning and zoning?
So it would be a budget for them too, and then a separate budget for economic development. And then anything we can be taken out of the training, material supplies that they may need or shirts like that.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
If you already do it, too, we talk,
Flip.
yeah, I know,
Cause all,
I mean, we
what budget then?
can.
We were just talking about you.
We would,
MSK,
or though,
But is this what you mean, that if we have a new line item, does that line item for each,
then that would be.
it has to be
If we,
separate?
if we create one, if we create one for one committee, we would have to create it for all.
What does that committee need, like their own line items?
And then it'd be an entire budget and then. it'd be-
let's think about it,
Yeah, I think we should,
I don't
right
know
off, just knee jerk.
but we don't know,
if we need to need it. Oh,
We don't know.
can't do it?
yeah, we don't know if we can do it, that's, so. I think we,
Adding lines is not a big deal.
Oh, I know.
adding money is a problem, right?
No,
What,
just know that like we're going over these budgets, we're gonna add one for beautification, we're gonna add one for economic development. Is there another one that's out there that then they'll wanna be added in for their full
Yeah.
budget, and it just could multiply.
Snowball.
Right.
yes,
Why not think about on her part of it, she's planning and zoning director. That anything to do with training goes in her
Fall
budget.
under her.
And then if someone on the board, the commission, wants to go to something, then it comes out of
And
that.
that would work for PMC, but what are you gonna do for economic development? Who's gonna be in charge of that?
That's already a line item.
that's,
No,
that's
it's
not a
not.
problem.
I would make that a lot.
It doesn't exist, that's what,
Well,
that's
wait a
the
minute.
question,
Okay,
is
wait a
where
minute.
we put all these lines.
Please, wait a minute, please. Last year, we give them $5,000, remember?
But we were just talking about Terry, we gave the money, but she didn't make it live.
She didn't go on Mary did.
The $5,000.
So then the question is where the line's gonna go.
We're trying to clean that up because it wasn't done properly last year. You guys gave them the money, but it never came out of general fund.
And the item, just don't go away.
Right. It's there, it just didn't go.
Unless everything comes out of my budget and you just add 5,000 to all the separate categories. And
Well, it would be creating a line item like he suggested, uniforms, and just changing that.
Yeah, I could do that real quick, let's see,
Yeah.
I think that'll be
Stay under
easier.
planning. and then I could do the same thing for yours.
There's already one,
Put it in the courts, I would say no.
Good one.
It's in Joey's already, I don't, I
go
don't,
for the parks and
I
rec.
could say that,
Parks and Rec.
that's not an issue, I could be.
What I can do, make one, just for beautification, and make one.
I think we wait for that. Yeah, we don't-
Years before that happened.
Right,
Yeah, it needs to be,
thankfully, there's only a joke, but
and that's how it's been.
once we clean up all the other stuff, then we can consider that.
So, for, under the heading of Parks and Recreation,
Yes.
account number 106046.
Page 7.
Page 7, I think.
Page 7. Keep America. Keep Ruidoso House beautiful. That is the one that's already existing and it's under Joey. And if we want, what you're talking about, and I did is putting, all the communities have their own category. Committees and
Yeah,
Keep America Beautiful or, yeah.
But I think that create more, more work.
Right, so, but what I'm saying is beautification's already on here.
yeah, then keep Ritos so beautiful.
Yeah, that's the beautification committee, which by the way happens to be a 0. So that if you want to keep it simple, and then just uniform thing into economic development, that's fine, but we also need a planning and zoning committee, don't we? Budgets.
Well, they haven't requested one, that's it.
So who's gonna give oversight to these things? You're gonna have it.
Yeah.
When it needs to be full.
That would be leadership.
Well, right now, Joey's in control of our beautification.
During beautification. And you for being,
Then
who be in charge.
well, I'm the city liaison for
Sure, for both.
economic development and PNC.
Okay.
But that's why I was asking for the budget for economic development.
Right.
Mhm. It would have to be two separate lines because then you don't, how are you gonna keep separate what one committee did versus the other?
Yeah, then you two.
Yes, yes.
Separate.
And I do know the planning and zoning commission doesn't ask for nothing, I don't. But, you know, they didn't even know they gonna take trainings and stuff, so it'd be nice to.
And I think of the committees, they're the ones that we do want properly trained for.
Yeah.
More.
I would,
First line, I would say.
yes, and I would like to provide them with, business cards as well, cause you know, they might get called or stalked as well. So they can get, cause they have in the past about their cases, other people's cases, so. And not much there, maybe, I do know the beautification, the economic development asked for 5,000, so we can, if you guys would like, give them 5,000, and the planning is only a different amount, because they haven't asked. So. This
What's the 5,000 request for specifically?
So like I said, they wanted to host an event, the meet and greet, and then they wanted, if we needed to get tables, chairs, or depending where they wanted to do it, they wanted to get, t-shirts for all the, not nice shirts, not t-shirts,
Tables and chairs for what?
for the meet and greet, they wanna,
To purchase physical tables and chairs or?
in case we needed it, because we were not able to, have the, senior center available for us. They talked about meeting with the businesses in town, inviting
Where
them.
would they be moving?
And that's, I guess that's what I'm
At the park.
asking, is that?
Okay.
Yeah, to go to the park.
Okay.
So,
What I'm
Go ahead.
just
Go ahead, Mr. Poplar.
is on that meeting, thank you, on that meeting, when I was saying, how they could change since then, is that they would probably have it after hours over there, and all we need to give them is 8 hours for in the evening, but a Saturday would be, you know, nice too, I guess. In the summertime, I don't know, because you got the ball field and all that, but in the afternoon, something like that, 5 till 7, something of that nature.
So with the economic development and the P and Z community, if they were gonna spend money on something, who is the person that's in charge and okays the spending of the money?
that would be me.
That would be you.
Yeah, that would be.
So my suggestion would
Yeah.
be go ahead and put it in planning and zoning, since she's the director and she would be okaying any of the money
As long
being
as we have
spent.
oversight.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that way. If I put it in a separate deal and somebody goes, oh, that's planning and zoning, I'm gonna go to class and they said,
Right.
PO,
Right.
we have no idea, but this way it comes through you 100% and you okay it before I get
Starting off on the rec.
And then I'm the only person in planning zoning that makes the PO.
I know, but I'm talking about like if you had the committees
Yes,
or whatever, they might decide they wanna send a PO because they decided they wanted to go get ice cream for everybody
yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
This way we have oversight control.
and I do know the economic development asked for 5,000 because they have ideas, they wanna
Sure.
do and
Sure.
help and, you know. So they wanted to start it with the meet and greet, which they wanted to have it in June, that we were already ready. And so they didn't know that they couldn't buy food, so that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, we can't buy food, and they're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Yes, so. And I've been buying stuff for them all the time, they wanna buy books for them to read, they wanna buy a whiteboard, which I did get for my budget. They wanna get softwares that's, you know, that could help people bring more business, attract more business in town.
All in support of both of those committees, so whatever we can do to help. Provided we have oversight and you're gonna give that,
Yes.
let's just make the line items and,
I'll
you make sure you're following the rules and.
Yes,
You know.
that's what you do.
I'll make the line items. Now, for the one that you oversee, we can't put that line item before it's reviewed overseas.
No, but it's
No,
already.
no, it's in Joey's, it's in
Joey's.
Parks, because that committee is, Keep Ruidoso Downs Beautiful and Parks,
Yeah,
And
I
like-
understand.
so.
So I'm just saying, since you're in charge of that one, we cannot put that one. before.
Right, right.
It's
And
good.
I think if we were to add any funds in there, Joey and I, we usually get together and meet, hey, we need this, and, you know, we're good on it. I think there's a mission.
I just gonna add what you have said, the economic development. The direction they're taking is kind of what we've all been discussing on. more communication, more outreach. That's what the meeting is about. Sure. Developing that 5,000 is just a number. It's something to start with and where they'd have a lot to work with. After this discussion, I think leaving it under Jeanette's purview is fine. 2 line items, one for planning and zoning, one for economic development, and let's do what they need to do.
I agree with you. So
All of these committees seem to be focused on more relevance, which is, you know, it's just something everybody's able to do now, but right. You got this administration system. That was their logic behind this.
so let's just make that happen, give them their line items and you'll be,
I just need, how much you want each one?
I think 5,000 is a little bit big without a specific idea of what, if you come forward with a plan,
what Rogers?
come forward with a plan, then maybe we could, okay, I justify it.
Right.
Yes, ma'am,
Mayor, may I speak to the council?
sure.
The Economic Development Committee has come from zero, dysfunctionally, totally. And initially, it was so that we could qualify for grants. There's been excellent leadership in that committee with the chairman, adding committee members, looking out into how we can function to bring the committees together, the community together, and bring money into our community. So it's come from dysfunctional, it was considered token, and then the membership and the leadership that has been added. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to take a little bit of money to get information out. We applied for training that was very good in Raton with other communities, but there wasn't money. We were not allowed to go and get that training. And yes, we've gotten some on video. That helps, but when you have other communities giving ideas, brainstorming, and it was primarily Red River we were looking at to coordinate with. So I'm saying to bring monies, grants, as I'm told by Joy and other people that have worked in our community trying to get money. And that's what we need, right? And so with that purpose in mind, I think that committee and Jeanette is doing, I think everybody, the chairman of all of our committees are good, and they're adding quality members as they can. And any support that you could give for that, even if it's just a pat on the back, would help.
Well, we are in full support of all of the committees. I see some rejuvenation that is encouraging. I look forward to you guys coming up with the ideas and getting the thoughts and doing the things that the committee is designed for. So we're here in support of you, but I just want to make sure that we're doing it properly.
Right.
Yeah, looks like I said, so whatever you guys think is best, you know, we did go the whole year without the 5,000, we didn't.
So what do you guys think? Let's have you go to your committee, come up with give me some benchmarks. You know, this is, again, you have your social event. What else is it you're wanting to do? So
They
you can
also,
justify
now that I
it.
thought about it, they wanted to send a newsletter to mail that out, post it about new businesses coming in,
Okay.
let them know. They also wanna work with Matt
Yeah.
from Zombie, yes. To have some sort of list on a website, so the people can just search on there what kind of business they would like to see.
So if you could have some discussion about, okay, we want to do this, this and this will cost us $500, this will cost us
Okay.
1,000. Just give us kind of a breakdown of
Right.
justify a number and then we'll consider it for sure.
Sounds good.
Okay, what about?
And can I add to? So, I know Lodgers Tax has a formula that they use. You may wanna look at that formula, and what it does is based on returns of what
Right.
what the return of, you know,
Your investment.
right, so maybe we should, ask for that formula and
Is it the formula that bets to heads or something like that?
bets to heads, but maybe we could probably play with it a little
I
bit.
think formulas where, you
Mhm.
know, I want to have a beer festival.
Mhm.
It should attract 47 people
Yeah.
that'll spend $40 a piece or whatever. It's a
Mhm.
formula you punch
Yeah,
things
but the
into,
return will
It
be
gives you a-
this.
basically a
Okay.
percentage on your investment. So.
Yeah.
The lodger's tax does that on everything.
Right. And the county, I believe, does it too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do those two. What was the other question?
You're having to look for the beautification and then you're gonna look about money for P and Z community.
Well, the P and Z will be just for training. We don't
Yes, it's
have
just training.
events.
Okay.
Yeah, it will just be.
So I think,
So-
I think I would do the same, just some information. and-
Yeah, what training's available? How much basically
Well,
roughly
the-
are they?
I think the problem with the training that we were not able, they didn't decide to go because the travel per diem was very low, that they would have to pay out of pocket costs for them to travel out of town.
And there's one over that.
There's no-
Like it's 1,500.
She wants.
So- And when you,
Yeah.
when I asked Mary,
Just one training for $1,500.
Yeah,
when I ever asked Mary, she said it was a state statute. She didn't
She
ever
said it was
mention
state
anything
statute.
about
Because
tournament.
it is a state statute. Because you're trying to tell me that I couldn't travel because of the state limitation. And I said, I need to see the ordinance.
yeah.
She showed me the ordinance and it was only for volunteers and
Okay,
non-city.
Yeah, close those.
Yeah.
Since you're an elected official, so that's.
So it didn't apply to me at all.
Okay.
So then she,
Is that $1,500 in the statute?
it's in the state statute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that may be that you revisited at the state level.
I could probably pull it up there.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just saying maybe the state needs to revisit that, the $1,500.
Yeah.
the amount of money she told me was per day for lodging and food had to be something in like $60 per day.
Mhm.
So that's.
Can't stay in a hostel for $60.
But she didn't show me the actual state statute. She just, I emailed her, she answered me in person, she didn't email me back.
It is a state statute.
Okay.
So do you think it's around that amount of money? Or-
It's pretty close. I'd have to go back and look at it.
Okay.
We went over that
And I think the,
in CPO classes.
right,
And it is a state statute and it's limited to volunteers.
Mhm.
And stuff, so.
So
I think the reason for that is to prevent volunteers to wanna go to,
Anything that pops up.
right.
Well, it would be like,
And I think that if the state, these, I guess, companies that put together these trainings, they do virtual so much too. Because they understand that statute is there and they offer a lot of, virtual periods and stuff like that.
it would be like, I wanna be a volunteer officer. And you send me to all my training, spend all that money on me, and then I get that certification and go, hey, I'm going to Reynosa.
Mhm.
So what happens when we hire? them?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that it's supposed to stop that.
That,
Right.
right, the abuse of it.
There's one thing that I think we might need to take a look at is that the course that you're wanting to go to must fit the job description or the committee
Needs to be
that you are
relevant.
setting.
Right.
So,
Going to city clerk.
Yeah.
And you being, say, a volunteer for beautification, it's gonna have nothing to do with beautification.
so that would be part of, you have oversight. And if they come to you with a training
Yes.
and they wanna go to jugglers, you need to have the ability and we'll give you that authority to say no.
No, like I said, the planning and commission, they never asked me for anything.
Well, that may change as we move forward,
Yes.
you know, now that you guys have some support and whatever.
They didn't even know they could take some training at all.
Yeah.
So we've got to change that culture and once the committees understand that we're committed to you and to helping you, then that may change and you may get inundated with training
Yes,
requests.
yeah.
Corey,
Yes, ma'am.
I crossed out uniforms and wrote in eco development. Is there another line we can cross out to add to planning and zoning, or do you want to put a new one?
Let's see what we got. Uniforms would be good.
That's where I put eco development. Page 10.
Yeah,
That's the intelligence is ago.
there's nothing in contracts.
Oh, speaking of that, I do know, I don't have any money there, but, reading the ordinance, and maybe the code can change it before anything like that were to happen. reading, if you read the ordinance right now says that, you know, like Walmart wants, they need to redo the drainage and stormwater. Plant they have there, so they have to apply for a permit and the ordinance says they need to submit engineer reports. And it says that the city has to review them and approve them. But, you know, looking at an engineer report, I'm not no engineer, so I wouldn't know if it's how it's supposed to be. So we would have to hire an engineer to see if that's correct. Unless you change the ordinance and say that anything that has to be done and you need an engineer, you will have to hire your own engineer to make sure it complies with all.
What was Walmart wanting to do then?
They have to redo their stormwater and drainage system there, because, you know, I don't know if you remember how it's draining really bad, and it's around the property, that they need to redo that.
Yeah.
So our ordinance says that anyone that redo their stormwater and drainage has to submit engineer plans and has to get them approved by the city.
So therefore we need an engineer
To
read
read those
those.
plans are okay.
I think that's
Or-
just, that needs to be something. The verbiage needs to be changed.
Well, that's what he's suggesting. We change the verbiage, that ordinance
Clarify that.
change to say. If the engineer services are necessary,
You hire your own engineer.
It's not to hire.
This is discussion for another
Yeah.
meeting,
Yeah.
not today.
Oh, yeah,
well,
so
that's why
that's
she was
why.
asking if she needed to put anything in.
Yes, because Walmart was gonna get ready and submit those plans, but now they asked for another extension, so it could have been. Next week, it could be, next
So
fiscal year.
don't we have an in-house Dennis engineer?
Yes, Denison.
Yeah, and I did ask Angela, but the Dennis engineer, line height, number is under Joey's, budget. Yes, and I did ask, and I don't have any money.
Question.
So I wouldn't want money there, but I would like to change the ordinance, so just letting you guys know. If we don't change the ordinance in time, then I will have to come back and ask for money.
Sure.
Yes.
No.
Jeanette, if you would write that out, I'll present it.
Oh, thank you.
Because, that's just language clarification. You was fair.
To answer your question, so we did the other one, we can do in uniform, and if you look at the second to the bottom, where it says depreciation, you can put it right in there,
Okay, so planning and
Yeah,
zoning,
another line too.
and I can add another line if need. We
Would
want
you
to
not,
keep,
would she not need depreciation
Yeah, that's-
for her vehicle if she were to get one?
if she gets a vehicle, then yeah, we could do this.
I have another one.
Okay, so I'll just add a line.
down the way,
Okay.
and that'll be planning and zoning.
And what are we putting in these? Point?
We haven't said if we, we asked her to come back
Oh,
With-
yeah, it's kind of
with
some direction as to what
Right.
you want.
For the,
If you don't mind, and then as we
Yeah.
move forward,
and are we gonna have another, budget meeting?
oh, yes,
Right.
work.
Okay,
This is just the first of several.
that's
Just a workshop to get you in the ballpark.
alright. Do you want
Just
to
put
put,
1,000 each for placeholder.
I like 1,000 each.
That worked.
no. And then last one. Integrity told me that I do need a new computer for, Carlos PC, but it's outdated. And we need one to their standards.
So do you have a computer, computer cap out?
And I don't know the price of that,
Yes.
so I will have to come back and ask you guys for an actual price.
A PC.
Yeah, office, it's for me, it was outdated already.
When you have, when integrity tells you it's gotta be whatever specs, can you send those specs to me?
I have specs that we just purchased. I will send it to you.
But do you have anything specific for P and Z? Does it have to have?
So
you know,
because
for
he
CAD or
uses,
for,
I guess, and then we did have to recently purchase a higher memory, so you didn't have enough memory on this PC there.
are you guys doing specific programs like?
Yes, the GIS maps, it has to have their own program, and I guess he said that one in Google Earth Pro takes a lot of space.
Yeah, if you get the specs, I'll break it out.
Yeah, I think because he just has an old PC, the huge PCs
Right.
built and, most computers, I don't know the difference, I'm sorry, they're by size, one of them's this big, one of them's that big.
I can send you the specs that we just purchased and then you can.
Did you have the same problem? Did you have a big PC?
No, ours was actually outdated. So the judge had a PC that came out. They said they couldn't work with it anymore
That's what he mentioned, that right now he will, I think maybe.
to do
one more year.
updates,
Yeah.
is what they told me.
Oh,
So, and then we did purchase a Surface Pro. So
but he did say that I needed
she got a Surface Pro and actually, because both of those devices would be used by the judge said that, well, we can give it to the assistant clerk. So that's the one that we have in there, and I don't know what it is, it's generic, I don't. Branded is.
but, well, yeah, I'm gonna know anything about the stage. It says old and getting one.
I don't want something that's gonna run out in 2 or 3 years.
So I think we need to, as a collective,
Does everybody
and I
need-
started doing it at the PD, I don't know if it's still being done or not, but I would put most of my equipment, including computers, on a schedule.
Mhm.
Where, you know, at 3 years, I'm looking to replace it, and each year I'll replace 1 or 2 or whatever it needed to be. But on a schedule so that we're not getting, when I first got there. There were computers that were 10, 12 years old, you know, and they're worthless at that point. So it cost. Too much money, an exorbitant amount of money to replace everything, when you can replace 1 or 2 a year.
Mhm.
So I think we all need to kind of collectively look at that and figure out. Some schedule, so that, same thing with vehicles, you know, for years we kept things until the wheels fell off and then drug them to the backyard. If we keep them for, you know, there's formulas, either X amount of miles or X amount of maintenance cost, or as soon as it costs you an engine or a transmission, it's out, or something like that. Then you're not having to replace an entire fleet or an entire, you know, whatever system. So I think that's something we should look at as we move forward.
I agree, I think the court currently has something like that going, so the next one to be replaced would be the laptops. And so we kind of do it.
Yeah, as long as it's
once a
discussed,
year,
yeah.
yeah. So that it's not this massive amount of funding that we need.
Well, and then what tends to happen is if you end up having to buy an entire fleet or an entire computer system, well, then they age out at the same time, and now you gotta do it again. You know, if you can just
Yeah.
keep it going, then it's smoother.
I agree.
But so
That's it.
she's asking, how much did you ask?
I know, they didn't tell me how much, they just told me.
Oh,
I have to
okay.
spec it out for you.
Yes, and I will find out what.
Just
Maybe
email
we
them,
can-
just email them and they'll quote you for it. Yeah, and then they'll give you the spec.
Do you recall what the cost was?
17.
It was about 1,700 for one, and then 20 and change, 2,000 and change for the other.
So I we penciled in 2,000 on Carlos's computer, penciled in 2,000. That would be good.
I think that's even higher than necessary for you. I think that's much higher than necessary, but you know, we had an issue where we couldn't get through, what was it, CDW, it took months, and then we ended up having to buy through Tegrity. Because hers was obsolete and she could no longer function in court without it.
Right.
So
I don't know that we'll have those issues with CDW in the future. though.
okay, yeah, I think Angela has fixed that
Yeah.
big problem.
Yeah.
Or an exit did.
So do you have an idea of the computer, is that 17?
And there was some other specs.
I would have to know I would have to get the specs to know exactly what we needed, so we could get that from
I did.
Integrity, and then I could probably find something, but
Yeah,
maybe 17, 18, but I can fix that.
Okay.
I don't.
Put 2,000.
Yeah,
I will ask him and get all that right.
Okay, yeah, just if you would, we'll
put it
pencil
over
in,
it.
yeah.
the 2,000 for now.
Mhm.
And it will be just him, mine is just go, and we'll have 2 computers and 1 laptop. For the whole department, and all both of you. Yes, but you feel like Maria, oh, like this. All of that.
2,000.
So that should be it.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, I don't know.
Thank
No, yes, ma'am, thank you. how we should proceed. It's for direction. I've scheduled and announced a meeting tomorrow. However, we have the opportunity, if you guys are up and willing,
We have only police tomorrow. We also have police tomorrow.
that's what I'm saying. If, I don't know if because we've announced that meeting, we have to hold that meeting,
No, because we went ahead and let Joey move
Should
on.
we call
that's what I'm
these
asking.
meetings now? Do you think we should?
It could be after lunch.
Take a lunch break.
Do it at 1.
Would you guys take to come back? I mean, I'm already.
And that's what I'm asking. What you guys prefer?
Don't worry.
Just get it over with.
I mean, in the past, I've seen these go on for like 3 or 4 days.
Well, and
I'm kind of impressed.
Adjourning.
we are
Breaking.
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 going to break for lunch at